Hello, beautiful people. Hello, and welcome to another stream. We're here late tonight. We are here late tonight. It's about 11 p.m. my time. So we're really switching it up because we've been streaming a lot earlier here recently. So we're doing a late one tonight, and we're going to be talking about the accepting inner voice. I'm going to go ahead and send out some notifications. You guys know I don't trust the bell. We don't trust the bell around here. You should ring the notification bell anyway because you never know. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it does its job. But we're still going to send notifications. Let's see here. We got Ghost first in chat. What's up, Ghost? How you doing, dude? Hope you're doing fantastic. We got Sky in chat. It says first-ish. Close enough, right? Close enough. We got, let's see. Who else we got? We got Remy. What's up, everybody? What's up? I'm pulling up the comments on my end real quick, guys. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. All right. Hear my keyboard clicking away. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. 9 a.m. here, so it's the perfect time for you. How you doing, Sky? What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? Everybody in chat, how are you doing? Welcome. 2:07 p.m. here. All right. So it's a decent time for at least a few people in the chat, right? It's a decent time. Let's see. Okay. okay. We're going to let the chat fill up for a second longer. We're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to be talking about the accepting inner voice tonight, guys. The stream is entitled What You May Not Understand About the Accepting Inner Voice. So we're going to get to that. Don't you worry. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to dive into that. If you're new here, feel free to hold your questions for after the point of the stream, and then we'll get to those. But let's see. Make sure everything's running smoothly. All right. All right. Volume sounds good. Everything sounds all right. We'll give it just another minute. We'll just give it another minute, let some people get in here, and then we'll go ahead and get started, guys. Let's see. All right, send out the notifications. We should be good to go. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you've all had a fantastic day. I've got weirdish stuffs happening. What is happening, Sky? What is going on? All right, you guys. Let's look at our live count here. We might as well go ahead and get this one rolling. So tonight we're going to talk about what you may not understand about the accepting inner voice. That is the title of tonight's stream. That is the subject we are going to be discussing and focusing on. You may not understand this about the accepting inner voice. And if you don't, that's okay, because that's what we're here for. We're going to make that correction for you. So let's start it out. The accepting inner voice. Where should we start, guys? Where should we start? We'll start with what my two keys are, right? We'll make it short, sweet, and simple. The two keys: live your life, positive behaviors, right? That helps show the brain that the tiger doesn't exist. And the accepting inner voice, which is a voice of, whatever you want to tell yourself. It's a reminders to yourself instead of the negativity, instead of the worry, the obsession, the fight. The accepting inner voice is a reminder to yourself. So let's go ahead and get into this. Here's what you may not understand about the accepting inner voice, right? And I've got this written down because I've had this stream planned for a few days now. So what I've got written down is the accepting inner voice is an attitude shift. It is an attitude shift towards willingness. You're going to hear that word a lot on this stream. Now, this is an important subject. And the reason it's an important subject is because a lot of people tend to, and we touched on this in our last stream, a lot of people tend to use that accepting inner voice, the accepting things that they tell themselves while they're anxious. They tend to accidentally try to use that like an instant gratification sort of thing, right? So what happens is you start using the accepting inner voice. It doesn't make the experience instantly better. So you start to go back to the negativity. Now, you need to understand that the accepting inner voice is not so much and what's a good way to put this? It's not so much a set of magical words that are going to come in and just eradicate anxiety and take anxiety away from you in that moment, right? Of course, healing is the end goal. That happens in time. The brain learns at its own pace. But in the moment, the accepting inner voice is not a set of magical words. It's not a set of magical words that you chant and then poof, anxiety just instantly gone 100% in the moment, right? The fire can still burn. The fire can still burn. And that's okay because we say it all the time here. Anxiety learns while anxiety is turned on, right? So that's okay. So what you need to understand is that the accepting inner voice, rather than viewing it as magical words that you're speaking to yourself to make your thoughts stop, to make your feelings stop, right? Understand that it's not that. It is an attitude shift. The accepting inner voice is an attitude shift towards willingness, right? So what do I mean by that? So let's say you're chilling, you're minding your own business. I don't know, in this example, let's say you've had a pretty good day, but then all of a sudden the fire gets really hot, right? Anxiety gets really hot, it gets intense. You're hit with a ton of intrusive thoughts or a particular intrusive thought, whatever, or you're hit with physical symptoms or vice versa, right? Or both, okay? You're chilling, you've had a decent day, but now the fire's burning hot, right? Understand that when the accepting inner voice comes into play in those moments, let's say that you've decided to tell yourself something like what we've been saying here recently on the channel is, the anxiety's burning and you're saying to yourself, hey, let it burn. It's learning, right? I need this. It's learning. Some people in the chat, they've been saying this feeling is healing. Whatever you decide, understand that that's an attitude shift. Those words, right, those sentences in themselves don't hold like some sort of magical power, right? It is the attitude, hopefully it is the attitude shift that's speaking those words. And it doesn't have to be 100%, right? You don't have to have 100% belief, none of that stuff, right? But it is the gradual attitude shift towards being willing to experience the anxiety, being willing to experience the intense thoughts because you know that your brain's learning, right? It is the attitude shift that we're trying to really get at when we talk about the accepting inner voice. Now, again, such a common mistake for people to think that the accepting inner voice needs to be a perfect set of words that is going to just take their anxiety right away, right? And when you go at it like that, you're not going at it with an attitude of acceptance. You're not going at it with an attitude of willingness. So there's a good chance that that's just not going to be maintainable, right? That's just not going to be maintainable. You're not going to be able to keep that up. So you need to understand that, yes, the fire is still going to burn. The anxiety is still going to burn. The thoughts are still going to burn, right? But the accepting inner voice, rather than viewing it as a set of magical words, you need to view it as an attitude shift because that's really what the words lead to. Hopefully, if you're practicing, right? That's what the words lead to. They lead to an attitude shift. And what is the attitude shift? What are we trying to shift to? We're trying to shift to an attitude of willingness. I'm allowing the feelings to be because I know my brain is learning. I'm allowing the thoughts to be because I know it's a bluff. I know it's an illusion, and I know my brain is learning. I'm allowing this moment to be intense because I know that it's leading, right, to my recovery. I need to feel this. This feeling is healing. So forth and so on. You get the gist, right? You get the idea. So, again, I don't want to repeat this too many times, but the accepting inner voice is not, right? It is not a set of magical words that just takes your anxiety away right then and there. It might help, right? Especially if you're in the later stages of recovery or whatever. On some days, it might help more than other days. Yeah, it might help. It might help take the edge off, but the brain is still going to, it's going to take its time. It's going to learn at its own pace, and that's okay. It is not a set of magical words. The accepting inner voice just helps you to get into a better attitude of, hey, I'm willing to experience whatever it is I'm experiencing, right? In this case, we're talking about anxiety. I'm willing to experience these thoughts or these feelings or whatever comes with your anxiety. I'm willing to experience it because my brain is learning and I'm no longer going the fighting route. When you're not willing, right? When you're not practicing being willing to experience the symptoms of anxiety, whether that's physical symptoms or intrusive thoughts, right? When you're not practicing being willing, right, with whatever it is that you're telling yourself, then you're in resistance. So we need to practice it. And again, you don't have to be perfect. You're allowed to have your days. You're allowed to have your slip-ups. You're human beings, right? But understand, if you're looking at the accepting inner voice as some sort of instant cure or, some sort of instant just take my anxiety away, you're already coming at it with a worried attitude, right? Understand that the accepting inner voice is nothing more than what you tell yourself to try to get you into an attitude of willingness. Again, that is the big word of today's stream. Willingness, right? That's what the accepting inner voice is. So everybody can, I hope everybody in the chat tonight can understand why I'm making this such a big deal, why I'm making this such a big point. Because again, if you're going around chanting accepting statements, but you're following that up with worry and obsession, and you're not practicing being willing, then you're not really using the accepting inner voice. The accepting inner voice is to try and help you get to a place of willingness. Does everybody in the chat get where I'm coming from here? Right? So if you're using the accepting inner voice as instant relief, instant cure, why I just used an accepting statement, why isn't that thought going away? Why aren't the feelings going away? Well, that's not the accepting inner voice. Does everybody in chat understand what I'm saying there? Because that is so important. That is so crucial. The accepting inner voice is none of those things. The accepting inner voice, again, is just something to help get you into an attitude of more willingness. And notice right there, I use the word more willingness because you're not going to be 100% willing, right? This takes practice, right? So if on Monday you're a little bit more willing to experience what you're experiencing as opposed to last Monday, right? Whatever. That's progress. So notice I use the term more there. So again, guys, not a magical thing, right? The attitude is where the magic's really at. And you can't be using the accepting inner voice and expect to get into an attitude of more willingness if you're using the accepting inner voice and then turning around and saying, why ain't the symptoms going? Why ain't the thoughts going? Why isn't it? You can't use it that way. That is not the way it is supposed to be used, right? You have to use it without all these expectations. You have to use it while understanding that you're just practicing being more willing. Whatever's happening is happening. You're not trying to push it away. You're not trying to shove it. You're not trying to twist it, whatever, right? So understand that there's a big difference there. There's a big difference there between using that accepting inner voice the wrong way with the expectations of, oh, this will make it go away and blah, 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 and using the accepting inner voice with understanding that the fire will still burn. And that's okay, that the accepting inner voice is just there to try to help get you into a more willing spot. See, so many people are still running around trying to use all this stuff for like that quick fix, right? They're not practicing the attitude of willingness, right? They're practicing quick fix, and we know that doesn't work, right? We got to get you into that attitude of willingness, like, yes, this sucks, right? You can even say that. Holy crap, he just gave us permission. Absolutely. You can even say that, like, yes, this sucks. You can say that for a second, but I'm practicing acceptance. I'm practicing saying, you know what, my brain is learning, so it sucks, but I'm going to deal with the suck, right? I'm going to embrace it because I know my brain is learning, right? So I felt like this was a pretty crucial stream. So many people tend to make that error, and that's understandable. You're new to this thing, right? Or maybe you're not new to this thing. Maybe you've been at it for a while, but it's a learning process. It is a learning process. It's understandable that at first you want to use the accepting inner voice the wrong way. You want to use it as like a quick instant fix, right? Instead of what you're supposed to be doing, which is using it just to try to get into more of an attitude of willingness while you carry on with your day with those positive, productive behaviors, right, you guys? So I thought this was a pretty important topic, a pretty important stream to have. If you guys enjoyed it, that is going to be our point of the stream right there. I think I've said all I need to say, all I want to say about that subject. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, guys. We're going to turn on some tunes. We're going to hang out with chat. If you got questions, now is your time to ask them. Feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will do my very, very best to give you the best answers possible. And wow, that music was really loud. I hope it wasn't too loud to you guys. Let me adjust that really quick. I think we're good. All right. question time. Ask your questions. Let me know how you've been. Check in with me. Let's see here. Who do we still have in chat? We got Sky, Remy, Anna. You know I can't, you know I call you Anna. I'm sure you're used to it by now. Let's see. We got Rich. I'm going to scroll the chat a little bit here for a second, guys. Winning Mentality. What's up, dude? Let's see here. All right. Thinking of new things, hobbies, deep into living, right? You're too busy to be freaking yourself out and in a ton of resistance. My life is full of living, yes. Let's see here. How's everybody doing tonight? Raven, what's up? Watching some of my older streams, some of the oldies but goldies, right? Some of the classics. Nice, dude. Hope you're enjoying them. Thank you guys for the likes. Let's run those likes up. I think we got, let's see. If you do enjoy the streams, leave a like, guys. We got 4 likes. Let's see if we can pump those up a little bit. I believe in us. Let's see here. How you doing tonight, Raven? I think we sound like a cement mixer versus a something. Always words I can't pronounce for some reason. Maybe there's a bit of a language barrier. We speak the same language, but you get what I'm saying. Country to country, maybe. I don't know. Words I've never used. Hope you're doing well tonight, Sky. Do you think good posture, tone of speech, and other confident behavior helps with anxiety as well? It absolutely does. Quick little, I don't know what you'd call this, quick little learning session. There's something in your body called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is responsible for a lot of rest digest, which is part of healing, right? Now, you can stimulate that vagus nerve in many different ways, such as singing, humming, dancing, so forth and so on. Good posture, being active, tone of speech, right? All of this confident behavior can help stimulate that vagus nerve. So all of these little things do add up, and all of these little things do tend to help you out. Now, of course, you need to be working on that mental accepting attitude, right? That willing attitude. What this stream is all about, having that willing attitude. You really got to practice that. That is fundamental, right? But again, also those positive behaviors. Yes, they help. Yes, they're great. Yes, why not? Right? The 2 main keys right there. Have that accepting inner voice, aka the willing attitude, and positive behaviors. So to answer your question, yes, absolutely. I missed the beginning. It's okay. You can always watch it back. Is absolute gold. Some of your older streams and one from about a year ago is absolute gold. It is called Embrace Fear, and your voice was a bit raspy. That was powerful, and I'll let you finish that comment there. Yeah, some people are pretty big fans of the old stuff. Oldies, goldies. Oldies, but goldies. You gotta love the classics. Gotta love the classics. I'm glad you're enjoying them. So let me know about the music, if it's too loud or too low. Let me know, guys. I will happily adjust that. The way to be, bro, is to be you. What is up, Jesse? Always popping in the stream with your inspirational quotes. I love it. How you been, Jesse? Hope you've been doing good, dude. Thank you, man. Needed to see this after practice tonight. What's up, NS? Keep going, dude. All right, guys, give me just a second. Again, if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask those questions. We will be right back. All right, we are back. Let's see what chat is up to. My spirit animal is ice cream. What flavor, though? That's important. I feel like that's important. Let's see. Rich says, embrace fear probably impacted me as much as anything you have done. The explanation of the feelings of fear being like good feelings made so much sense to me. Yeah, it's perspective, right? Perspective can be a very strong thing. It can be a very powerful thing. If you're willing, again, I told you we were going to use that word a lot tonight. If you're willing to start viewing your symptoms in a different light, if you're willing to embrace your symptoms, if you're willing to change the way that you see things, right, it can lead to very, very awesome and amazing changes for you. Absolutely. My spirit animal is a fat cat. There you go. I can't think of a better spirit animal. Hope you're all doing great tonight. Let's see here. Still got winning in the house. What's up, dude? Had a bit of a moment at the bank. That is okay. Rick, thank you so much. Rick, let's get the purple hearts in the chat for my boy Rick. Rick, thank you, dude. That helps a ton. You are. Let me turn this music down just a bit. I feel like it's a little loud. You are a MVP. You are a VIP. You are awesome. You are amazing. I love you, dude. Thank you so much, Rick, for the $10 tip. First tip of the stream. We're on a 224-day streak, guys. Ask your questions. Ask your questions. If you would like to support the stream, all the links are on the screen, or you can close the chat out, click that first link, and you can make, what did we name the cloud? I should know this by now. Greg? I think we named the cloud Greg. You can make Greg sing. But thank you guys so much. And Rick, thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Sky, thank you for the purple hearts, man. I appreciate it. What I was saying was you had a bit of a moment at the bank. That is okay, right? Ups and downs happen. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be successful at everything you do. That is okay. Learn from it, grow from it. That's what this is all about. This is very much a practice. This is very much a practice that you grow at. It's not something that you start out perfect, right? Everybody knows that. So don't beat yourself up too bad about that. Ghost, thank you for the hearts, dude. Appreciate you. Anna, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the purple hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are lovely, amazing, awesome. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's see here. I don't see any questions. I'm scrolling the chat a little bit. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Don't see anything yet. Winning says, what if anxiety makes your emotions low? Do you accept this as well? Well, if you think about what the two main keys are, they are to continue living, right? They are to do things that you find productive or fun or enjoyable. So that's going to help right there. That's going to help in itself if you're really using those two keys. And if you think about what acceptance is, if you resist something, even if it's a low emotion, and that means to be negative about it, is that going to help the low sort of feelings? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the two main keys, I always say good life advice, not just good anxiety advice, and that's one of the reasons I say that. I'm going to keep going, man, but why after 2 months are the thoughts just thoughts just as, or if not more frequent? It's just so discouraging working my tail off right now. I don't recognize myself. Well, I would answer that if you didn't already know the answer to that. So for anybody who doesn't know, I work with NS very closely, and I would answer that, but I know that's reassurance because you already know the answer to that. You know that it takes time. You know that old habits die hard. You know that the brain is going to learn at its own pace, whether you like it or not, right? You know all of these things, so I would answer that, and I kind of just did anyway. Damn. I would answer that, but you already know the answers to that, so why you don't remind yourself of that, I don't know. Maybe that's something you should start doing. Maybe that's something you should definitely work on a little bit, because you already have the answers that you seek. And it's not because, and the reason is not because you're seeking answers, it's because you're seeking reassurance, right? So there's a big difference there, and I think you know that too. I think you know all of the above. I really think you know all of the above already. But But yes, you got to keep at it, right? You got to keep at it. This is not a one and done. It's not a one and done situation, but it's worth it in the end. It's worth it in the end. How far are you from Arizona? Pretty dang far. Pretty dang far. It's up to you how you choose to respond to anxiety. Absolutely, 110%, yes, and that's really the core of what, you know, we're trying to teach here. That's really the core of what we're trying to teach. You ever talk about your first panic attack in any of your videos? Probably like the first 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, right? Like when I first started the channel, a lot of those videos were heavily focused on my own stories. So you might have to do some digging, but they're there. They're there. I think you can sort the videos from like newest to oldest or oldest to newest. That might help you out a little bit. 2 months is not a lot of time to free yourself. Yeah, it's not. It's really not. I mean, excellent start nonetheless, but you know, you just got to keep going. And then we get into the topic that it doesn't matter. We shouldn't discuss that anyway because there's no way of knowing, right? There's just no possible way of knowing how long it might take for your brain to get the message, and that's okay. Again, willingness. If you don't have willingness, if you aren't practicing willingness, right? That's the problem. That is a problem. Right? Not only is it a problem, again, that is the entire problem, right? So you really got to practice the attitude of willingness, which that was the point of the stream, to let you guys know, hey, the accepting inner voice is just a way to try to get you to practice being more willing to feel these feelings, right? To have these thoughts, so forth and so on, because again, that's how you retrain your brain. That's how you tell your brain, hey, look, I'm not adding a ton of negativity. Dr. Claire Weeks called it second fear, but that is how you retrain your brain. So you really got to practice that attitude of willingness with what you tell yourself and keep moving forward. I'm practicing total surrender to anxiety without trying to change or hide how I'm feeling. You can feel scared, in danger, just plain terrible. I'm practicing standing tall with these emotions. Absolutely embrace, right? Embrace. I think Remy just said just a moment ago, she said it's up to you how you choose to respond to anxiety, which is, again, that's really the main point of this channel, you could say. You can be tired of it, NS, or you can spend all that time that you're being tired of it practicing being willing, right? Ooh, that's it, man. That's everything right there. Desk slam. Slam the fist on the desk. That's everything. You can spend all that time talking about how tired you are, how frustrated you are, or you can spend all that time putting that energy into practicing being willing. One's going to make a difference and one's not. So, and I think you already know which one's going to make the difference. We must practice that attitude of willingness. Let's see. You got to want it. Yeah, you got to want it. You got to be headstrong, determined, even a bit stubborn, right? Busting with willpower. Willpower to practice willingness. There you go. That's quite the play on words. Willpower to practice willingness. There you go. A lot of good comments tonight. I just booped the mic a little bit. I hope that wasn't too loud. A lot of good comments tonight. Thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. Let's run on over, see how many likes we got now. We're up to I believe 10 likes. Yes, 10 likes. If you're enjoying the stream tonight, guys, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the stream, link is in the description. Make Greg sing. But thank you guys. And Rick, thank you again, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $10 tip, man. We are on that 224-day streak. But good stream tonight, guys. A lot of good comments, a lot of good questions. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Bro can give you the keys, but he can't use them for you. Yes, that is something. It's funny you say that because that is something I used to say like every stream back in the day. I was in quite the habit of saying that. I think what I used to say is I can point you in the right direction, but I can't make you walk it, right? Or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of cliche, but it's true. It's absolutely true. No matter how cliche it might be, it is absolutely 100% true. So, you know, you gotta buckle down. You gotta practice this willingness, right? I said we were going to use that word a lot tonight, and we definitely are. You gotta practice that willingness and keep at it. Is to visit Bondi for some rescuing. I have no clue what any of that means. Sometimes you think I'm ignoring you, Sky. I swear to God, I'm not ignoring you. It's just if I don't read the comment, it's because I pre-read it and I either the joke goes over my head because I'm a little dull, or I just don't understand what's going on, so I just don't read it because now we're in this awkward moment where I have no clue what Bondi is or why he or she or whatever it is needs rescuing, right? So there you go, because I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I'm definitely not ignoring you. Let's see. Did I miss any comments? I don't know what Bondi. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Bondi. Bondi? Am I not? I might not be pronouncing it right. Maybe that's what it is. I still don't know what it is, though, if that counts. If that matters, I still don't know what we're talking about. All right, guys. I believe we're all caught up on questions, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop those now. We are about 35-ish minutes, I think, into the stream. All right, I got you, NS. Go ahead and get to bed, dude. Get you some sweet Z's in, man. Have a good sleep, man. Have a good sleep. Happy dreams, dude. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, I guess you're just gonna have to start dumbing your jokes down for me, Sky. Probably. That's what this is going to come down to. You're going to have to, like, drop them to, like, a 5th grade level so that I can understand them. I think that's the if I could talk tonight. I think that's the conclusion that we're reaching here. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate it, man. What type of muscle car do you like? Buick Skylark. There you go. Buick Skylark. Yeah, NS is working hard at it, dude. He's doing a good job. He's really doing a good job. It's just old habits die hard, right? You're still going to have those nasty old habits of resistance pop up and negativity pop up, and you know, you just kind of have to swat them away and replace them with that practice. Replace them with the practice of willingness. I mean, over and over again. That's what it comes down to. Just got to keep swatting those bad habits away, dude. Oh, we got a porn bot in the chat. It's getting spicy. Girls18.online. Nice. Oh, we got two. We got Girls18 and we got Sex Find. Have a good time. Find your love. Interesting. Best adult dating website. I assure you that you do not want to click on that. Sleep can be an issue as well. Anxious racing thoughts can keep you from sleep, which the lack of sleep makes you anxious. It's a vicious cycle. Any tips for sleeping? You're probably going to be like, damn, why is his answers all the same? But let me explain this. So the more you resist something, let's say you get in your head, oh, you're having thoughts about sleeping, you get